I don't know if anyone can relate to this or this is going to make sense to anyone, but I've never been happier in my life, but at the same time, I am very stressed. It's kind of a weird dynamic. I think I'm never been happier because I'm supporting the autistic community in better ways than I've ever imagined before, whether that's through coaching or the three podcasts that I host or co-host. So, I mean, all of that's great, and I'm really so thankful and grateful for that. But at the same time, as I'm doing more and more of these things, I'm realizing that my plate is more and more filled, and it's too filled. There's almost, there's too much going on. And, I think I've been reflecting lately on, my attitude towards doing more stuff and thinking about those things. And I've realized that kind of had an epiphany where realized like, I feel like if I do less, I am less. And I realized that's really stupid, Doug. That's a really stupid thing to think because it's just absolutely not true. So it's gotten me to thinking, well, how can I reduce the stress and remain happy? And one of those things is really working on how do I get stuff off my plate? How can I develop systems to where it's more efficient, or more importantly, other people doing shit instead of me doing it. So I'm starting to come up with some solutions. Eventually the goal is to get an assistant to help me with some of these things that I really don't need to be doing at all. Especially 8 years into Autism Personal Coach and about 3 years into this podcasting thing, 2 to 3 years. Like there's certain tasks within coaching and podcasting I really don't need. So that's, I think, a really big thing is if you can figure out a way to get stuff off your plate, even if they're just small things, I think that's really important. And I think another thing that I realized recently, well, not recently, I knew that communicating about these things was important. So I just reached out to a friend and texted her and said, hey, this is what's going on. And she immediately texted me back, are you running? And I said, well, I've been training this person to run a half marathon, but that's only once a week. And I realized like, oh yeah, I need to be running more probably. So I started doing that a little bit and that's helped. So I think sometimes we don't realize like the kind of like the things in our bag of tricks that help reduce our stress. So just communicating with people, and then if you don't have kind of like a bag of tricks to reduce your stress, then figuring out those things are really important. So definitely, checking with friends. If you're feeling something isn't right or stressed is really important. And then going to like those things that help reduce your stress are really helpful. And those are things that we help people, with our coaching, with Autism Personal Coach all the time. So if you're interested in any of those things, definitely suggest book a call with me. It's always free. I think you'll be better off after those 45 minutes or so. So I think thanks for listening to me talk about my life a little bit, and talk to you next time.